Hey guys, Neill Reaper here. So I'm just outside the cinema here. I'm about to head in and see Gran Turismo. I'm very excited for this. The trailers look pretty funny, even if the dialogue editing is hilariously awful. But I look forward to this good cast: David Harbour, Orlando Bloom, directed by Neill Blomkamp. An interesting true story and practical racing scenes. Yeah, this sounds right up my street. So definitely prime big screen experience. So I'm not going to take too much longer. I'm going to head in, get my snacks, get my seat, and go see Gran Turismo. So yeah, just back from seeing Gran Turismo. I was looking forward to this because it's a racing movie on the big screen, just pretty much a no-brainer at this point. You've got films like Rush, Le Mans '66. Yeah. There's something just about motorsport and the thrill of it that just translates so well to the big screen and always provides a real fun experience. And of course, this is also coming to us from Neill Blomkamp, the director of District 9, Elysium, Chappie, most recently the low-budget horror film Demonic, which was, of course, shot during the pandemic. So this marks another shift from the sci-fi genre for Blomkamp, but with a very interesting, stranger-than-fiction true story at the heart of the film, yeah. Surely Blomkamp could deliver something very, very exciting. But does he? Let's find out. So the film tells the real-life story of Jan Martinborough, a Cardiff teenager who spends his days in his bedroom playing Gran Turismo, when one day he gets the chance to take part in a competition known as the GT Academy, where the 10 best Gran Turismo players in the world get to take part in a highly intensive racing boot camp, and the winner gets to compete in real racing for Team Nissan. Jan passes this program, and soon, with the help of trainer Jack Salter, he sets out to prove not just to his family and the other racers, but to himself that he belongs there. So, I've got to address the elephant in the room here, and that is Neill Blomkamp's career trajectory. I gotta be honest, I really liked Elysium, but yeah, even I will admit it definitely doesn't hit the highs of District 9. So, that downward trajectory has just sort of been there. So, I was really hoping Gran Turismo would deliver a bit of a career rejuvenation, especially after the panning Demonic got. And you know what? I gotta say, I had an absolute blast watching this. This was a really, really fun time. I definitely go and see this on the big screen. It is a properly thrilling experience, and it's one that just really is enhanced seeing it with a crowd. That you, you know, for one, the racing sequences are so thrillingly captured. Whether it's the sweeping drone shots of the track, you know, the close quarters shots from within the car, the vroom blaring across the cinema sound system, it just comes together in like this symbiotic relationship, and it is wonderful. It is so exciting to watch. And of course, that's paired very nicely with the score from Warren Balfe, once again keeping up that hot streak, and Andrew Kosinski, and yeah, it's just great. You know, from a technical standpoint, this movie is near perfect, and is a real test for the cinema sound systems, and I think it's definitely going to play really well at home as well. Testing like the home cinema speakers, it's gonna be a great one. But beneath the racing stuff, there's a really compelling underdog story at the heart of it. Like, yeah, it hits off all the tropes and predictable beats you'd expect, but god damn it, it does it with such sincerity that you just can't help but go along with it and just have a ton of fun. It's just so like unapologetically wholesome about it. It's such a joy, and this story is carried along wonderfully by obviously the very compelling central character arc of Jan. Yeah, setting out to not only make his dream a reality, but prove that he belongs in professional racing. And prove that it's not just some crazy dream. And yeah, Archie Madekwe sells it very very well, and he's accompanied by a really solid supporting cast. Notably Orlando Bloom. Yeah, it's been a while since he's been on screen as a Nissan marketing exec named Danny. And yeah, it's great seeing him back, and yeah, he relishes the opportunity, playing this, this money executive, this marketing executive, very much the company's bottom line is his best interest. And there's also some real genuine heart to the film, in a really strong thread drawing the sort of parallels between Jan's real father, played by Jaimin Hanso, who and it's sort of interesting that Jan's dad was a professional footballer, and it's also fun seeing the parallels between him and Jan's found father on the track, Jack Salter, played by David Harbour. And yeah, once again, David Harbour's great. Like I have no complaints there. Like he's slowly becoming like they're one of my favorite actors to watch, because yeah, he's he smashes it in everything he's in, and this is no exception. He is really good. He just really is warmth, and also some real like fist pumping, motivational fire and fury. He's fantastic, and all of this builds really really well to a genuinely exciting finale at Le Mans, which takes all the racing stuff, which takes all the feel good underdog story stuff, and just brings it all to a head, and it is just so exciting to watch. It's a real thrill ride. Now, obviously, it's not perfect. It does take a little bit to sort of find its footing, because the first act is kind of rough. There's basically this big elongated corporate wank fest wherein it's basically just constant like monologues about how Gran Turismo has like the most realistic, cutting edge graphics to create the most immersive driving experience. And you're just like, fuck off. I'm trying to watch a movie here, not a a corporate boardroom meeting. like you can probably it just reeks of Sony just breathing down the writers' necks, forcing them to include it, which it's not out of character for them. And of course, it's not just a it's not just a big Sony advertisement. It's also an advertisement for Nissan, wherein the real big thing at stake here, the real driving force of 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 Danny as a character is Nissan's bottom line. So yeah. But once you get past all that, it is real fun from from there on. Once the GT Academy actually becomes a real driving force in the plot, it is just so much fun. And it even gets into little moments of humor and it gets surprisingly emotional. There's a real pivotal point involving a crash during a race by midway through that oh, hit really really hard, and and man, it is just yeah. You know, if you can't tell, I really enjoyed this. Like, does it capture tingly arm feeling in terms of like, thrilling cinematic experiences? No, not quite. But I honestly, at the end of this, my my jaws were actually aching. Like, I was grinning so much. It is just such like a joyous, feel good, fist in the air finale to a really fun story. Honestly, yeah. This is probably going to play really well with multiplex audiences. It's a real crowd pleaser. It's a real fun experience, and man, this was exactly the palate cleanser I needed after the how weighty Oppenheimer was. But yeah, and yeah, definitely do see this. I'm gonna give Gran Turismo an 8 out of 10. It is just like ridiculously good fun. Go see it. So yeah, let me know down in the comments. Have you seen Gran Turismo? What did you think of it? What do you make of the real life story behind it? And you know, what other games do you think could make good movies from PlayStation Studios? And also, what do you make of the corporate wankery at the start? Let me know all down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget the subscribe button if you're new. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.